When I first heard Halo Infinite was going to get a new weapon live service style, I was a bit confused. With the more solid foundation that Halo has in terms of weapons, this looked to be something that felt out of place in the game. However, that immediate worry faded away, as you can easily make more new maps around a new weapon, but another concern was more about the specifics in which weapon was added. You must consider the sandbox. If your new weapon crosses over too much with another weapon or makes one irrelevant, that's not good. Of all the weapons I would put in Halo Infinite, one that ranks pretty low on my list is the DMR, yet here it is right in Halo Infinite. Let's discuss why I don't like this new addition. Historically, the DMR was never really a standout weapon. You can recall me saying in a previous video that the DMR was the worst balanced precision weapon in Bungie's original games, and it didn't fare much better in Halo 4, becoming irrelevant after I changed the battle rifle to 4-shot again. Once again, I cannot provide an opinion on its function in Halo 5 due to me not playing it. The DMR's original purpose was to replace it to the battle rifle, which it was hated due to it being completely random with the addition of bloom and broken when there wasn't any bloom. In Halo 4, it was simply one precision weapon out of 4 and overshadowed by the battle rifle. However, the Bandit has a few changes from the typical DMR we're used to seeing. For one, the scope power isn't as large. This means it can't snipe people across map as easily, and secondly, it replaces bloom with recoil. Alright, this separates it a bit from the original DMR to make it a bit better. But there's still one big problem. We already have 4 precision weapons. Why do we need another one? The whole purpose of the original DMR was to replace the battle rifle, and that's the reason why it's so boring in Halo 4, because we already have the battle rifle. The test to see the king of precision weapons has already happened, and the BR1. Have you not learned from any of the complaints about weapon oversaturation? Alright, let's calm down. Let's look at the precision weapons that are already in Halo Infinite. The sidekick is basically a standard pistol with bloom, which isn't as good as the others at longer range, but is amazing at close range encounters. The Commando is a bit weird, being a strange combination of the assault rifle and battle rifle. Some theorize that this was supposed to be a new starting weapon in the same way the battle rifle and SMG replaced the Magnum and assault rifle in Halo 2, but this is only speculation. It just feels a bit underwhelming compared to the other precision weapons, and there probably is a range it excels at, but it's so niche I can't be bothered to find it. The Mangler, on the other hand, I love. It's a projectile precision weapon that 3 shots like the absolute unit known as the CE Magnum, but there are some balance issues with it in competitive. If you want my advice on what to do with it, turn the projectile magnetism way down, give it back to beatdown, and make it so it deals reduced damage on shield body shots so it takes 5 shots to kill on body shot instead of 4. And now I just realized I'm making it more like the CE Magnum. The battle rifle I already discussed in a previous video. It's a reliable staple of the series. However, they should really remove the stupid recoil on it. We should be rewarding headshots, not body shots. And it's a weapon that's the best at long ranges. Do you see the problem already? With this many niches for the precision weapons filled, it's going to be near impossible for the DMR to truly shine. But whatever. Let's see what the Bandit has. The Bandit is a weapon with the lowest zoom out of all precision weapons besides the Mangler and takes 5 shots to kill. Other balancing factor to make sure it doesn't get used as a mini sniper like enrages the recoil, and there's no bloom. The one use I can mainly see for the Bandit is that it's not as powerful up close as a Mangler or a Sidekick, but doesn't have the bloom or travel time to have a bit further range. However, the low scope and recoil prevents it from being as powerful as the battle rifle at range. This sounds fine and dandy, but then you remember the Commando still exists. Once again, we ask the question, what's the point? Now, some of you may be asking, alright then, the Bandit is kinda underwhelming, but what would you do instead? Lucky for all of us, there's a perfect weapon candidate that should have been the first choice to put in Halo Infinite. A weapon that fills a unique niche, is a fan favorite, fits right in with the theming of Halo Infinite, and is a weapon that shows the best of Halo. That's right, it's the Brute Shot. In every single way possible, the Brute Shot is the perfect weapon to add to Infinite. The Bandit primarily consists of Brutes, so what better weapon to put in this Brute-filled game? It also fills a unique niche, being a weaker grenade launcher with the ability to rocket jump for less health than a grenade. It also has a bunch of knockback, which goes perfectly to physics-based gameplay Halo is known for. It's also straight out iconic, having a cool design and is well remembered for the above reasons why it's so good. A lot of people just really want it in the game, so why not add it in instead of a cool bash redesign? I have 2 potential reasons. The first is the fact that it's hard to program into a simple hitscan weapon, and the second is a 343 wide problem. They really like Spartans. When you look at the history of 343, they are really obsessed with making the series about Spartans. From the very start in Halo 4, where they made the multiplayer a training simulation for Spartans, rather than the previous games where we were all wondering why we're here. And they committed the unforgivable sin of removing playable weights, which haven't returned ever since. They pushed this further in Halo 5, where they made Spartans out to be more of super soldiers with super high mobility, despite the initial design of Halo. And Halo Infinite continues with the theme of Spartans being front and center, and what better way to add to a Spartan-centric game than the starting weapon in Bungie's most Spartan-centric game in Reach. But here's the thing, Halo was never primarily about Spartans being everywhere. The trilogy had Master Chief as a sole super soldier, with the humble Marines at his side. ODST was about, the ODSTs. And Reach had a focus on the Spartan team of Noble, but they weren't almighty. In fact, everyone but June died to the overwhelming forces of the Covenant. In every circumstance, the focus of Halo wasn't the Spartans, but rather the UNSC in general, with the Covenant sharing the spotlight. Halo is a military sci-fi game, not Power Rangers with guns. With this, the reception to the Bandit has been lukewarm, and Halo Infinite is still cemented as a massive failure, failing to capitalize on both Battlefield and Call of Duty stumbling in 2021. But one final thing I want to say is my biggest gripe with the Bandit is that it just feels unsatisfying to use. It feels clunky and the sound and impact of the weapon don't reflect the recoil. But hey, at least the shroud screen was cool. Nice to see some equipment in Halo Infinite that doesn't just affect you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.